Case 143 was definitely a grower for me. After the first listen, I wasn't sure if I liked the song. Yes, it was catchy, but I was left with the feeling of But I think this is what the song is meant to do. Because the hook is so prominent and quite jarring in the sense that it's very in your face, I needed to go back and listen to how other parts were pieced together around it and then see if it all made sense to me again. And I think this is very characteristic of Stray Kids songs because of its replayability, either because of its catchiness or in the ways that people want to go back and kind of take apart the different elements that they put together. After that, I really began to appreciate how the hook begins to build as the song goes, with the added instrumentals in the end, and I began to really like the composition. You can hear how Case 143 sits in the same soundscape as Maniac, which is something I was really excited to see how they were going to do because I expected them to do so. Throughout Stray Kids' discography, they tend to do things in threes, and this being the one after Maniac, I wanted to see what callbacks they included. This came in the form of the lyrics following the chord progression, as well as once again utilizing Felix and Hyunjin as hallmarks in the hook. By the way, thank you Stray Kids for this low register raspy Hyunjin discovery in 2022. I also really enjoyed the storyline of the music video. Essentially, this song and the visual representation was about the kids falling in love, wanting to escape this emotion, calling out to the police, but then in the end embracing it. And I find that it was so cool that the director incorporated the YouTube pause and rewind to display this visually before playing Chan's refrain, and I find that to be just absolutely genius and a super cool aspect to the music video. The positioning of the crunchy metallic sounds and the soft and silky melodic lines pairs very well and creates a nice balance. Once again, they're able to play to their strengths of playing with dynamics and piecing all these intricate parts together. Now, 3 days later, Case 143 might be my favorite Stray Kids title track. I love Han Ji-sung songs. That's all. No, but Really Chill is my favorite song off the album, and I'm not surprised at all because when the teaser dropped, I tweeted that this will be my jam, and it wholeheartedly has been. I love how easygoing it is, how bouncy it is. I love the piano intro and how it follows through. Felix's bridge with the sax in the background is absolutely orgasmic. I could have done without that vocal chop after the first chorus, but that's fine. I'll forgive Ji-sung for that. I definitely had the most fun listening to the song. It amazes me how many moods one song can invite you to in such a small amount of time. From the groovy beginning to the guitar rock heavy chorus to that glitchy pop technological post chorus, none of that was jarring to the ears and it was combined very nicely. I'm obsessed with them taking out the instrumentals leading up to the hook for Changbin and Hyunjin's part because the impact after that is superb. I also love the personality behind Hyunjin's rap. We're seeing him do this style a lot more now, especially after Muddy Water, and it's cool that he's adding this to his repertoire. Jisung also does it, but this is nothing new for him. One last thing I'll point out is the ooh 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 harmonized layering of the high-low voices in the post-chorus, and that is just such a nice touch. And yes, thank you whoever, Chan, probably you, right? Yeah, that was really nice. This song is just pure randomness lyrically, and that is just so Stray Kids. It talks about how people shouldn't chase them, and even if you do, you won't catch up to them. I also think there's an underlay of you shouldn't chase this because you should go to the beat of your own drum. I enjoy how the beginning instrumental set up this chase atmosphere setting that's prominent throughout the song. I'm also very obsessed with Hyunjin's ba-ba-ba-ba verse. I can have that on loop for ages. I also think this song teeters on being repetitive, but there's enough substance in between that it saves it from being so. I also think Superboard's positioning in the tracklist is strategic because many of the themes carry over to the next song, and it sets it up nicely. This song is just three Racha talking their shit as they should, and I am here for it. For me, Stray Kids' full rap songs are extra exciting because I know that they're going to use a different genre, and most of the time it's something you wouldn't expect or something new that they haven't done before. And the growth in their rap skill and the growth in their music production and evolution is especially prominent in these songs, in my opinion. I love the different styles that the hook comes in. Changbin's is angry, Jisung's is cocky, and Chan's is a cool, calm collectedness. Stray Kids' lyricism is not talked about enough in general, and I think this song is a prime example of how great metaphors are used throughout the song to display what their message is. This is also one of my top 3, if not my favorite Jisung raps, because his cadence is insane. And he also performs it very well live, if you haven't seen the K909 performance yet. Taste was definitely the style of song I was expecting from Dance Racha, especially from a post-red light writing and producing Hyunjin. The sexy, mysterious sultriness hits you right away from the get-go, and it doesn't let up until the very end. I could have done without the EDM drop and wish they played on more of the R&B from the beginning throughout. But I understand that it's a dance song, though. I feel like it would have been a cool challenge if they had extended the R&B themes further, especially with the drum fills in between. I literally squealed after hearing Lino's falsetto in the first verse, and I cannot listen to that song without getting goosebumps and physically reacting with my face. I got goosebumps during Racha too, but this one was more of like an eerie, bordering on uncomfortable. I also need the rest of Stray Kids to tease them about the lyrics in the hook, because there ain't nowhere you're hiding from that, so please. This song is just a bucket of joy. Vocal Racha worked with Hong Ji-sung on this song, and you can definitely hear it because for those who are familiar, he has worked a lot with Day6, and you can definitely hear the influence and sort of the musical styles of Day6 in this song. If they ever perform this song together, my alt dreams will come true, so please get this to happen. I find it difficult to directly point out what MAXIDENT as an album is intending to do that is distinct from previous Stray Kids releases. For Ordinary, it was clearly the crisp production and details on each track that make the entire album clean, something carried over in this album. When I think back to these songs, I think of them individually rather than one piece of the entire MAXIDENT puzzle. To me, it's due to the first half of the track list complementing each other, while the latter half being included purely because they relate to the message of love rather than being sonically similar. I don't think it's in any way a failure, and actually I find it interesting that I can feel this opposite way for Ordinary, where every single song is so different from each other, but I can imagine them and understand them as one body. Whereas for this, where many of the songs do complement each other sonically, however, it doesn't pull through throughout the entire record. Overall, Stray Kids are evidently continuing to evolve, and I enjoy that they do so by having callbacks to the previous record. It shows a natural progression of how they explore music, sonically and lyrically. With how constant K-pop releases are compared to Western music, it's a challenge I commend them for, and as always, I'm excited to see how they continue to innovate and do so while having fun and creating music that they enjoy for the future release and more.